Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another video on Marvel's Strike Force. And in today's video, well, I hope that you have your Liberty roster built up, or, well, at least for us veterans, I guess we probably will because of Professor Xavier Saga. But for those other players, you might want to think about this, both for that and for some new pocket dimensions that are going to be coming around the corner. Now, we did data mine this like a week or so ago, and it looks like there's some new data mines about the requirements, about what it's called, what we're gonna need, and all of that in the data mines today, and a few other things as well. There's also going to be the return of Danger Room yet again. We're going to talk about that as well. So if you're ready to go, everybody, let's boil this down. Okay, so we're going to just jump right in here to the data mines, and we do have I don't know what this is. So I mean, it says it was under the dailies section. So there's some sort of login calendar. I don't know if it's free because sometimes this also appears when it's an offer, but I didn't see the offer for it. But anyways, maybe it's free. It says 150 gear tier 20 mini uniques. Log in every day to earn rewards. So yeah, they offer, the code is MM3 2025. Now I don't off the top of my head, I don't know what MMM3 would be. This might be free, maybe it's not. If it is, that would be great and a goodwill gesture from Scopely, but I'm not gonna get ahead of myself here. We have the data mines for Cosmic Raid 3. That's the Alliance event. Next week is going to be for, because we're on 2 right now, which this is going to be Raid with Thunderbolts at 567 yellow, also battling a Cosmic Crucible. Okay, so nothing. I think is that the same as this week? I think it might be. Although I didn't see anything with the Cursed. So who knows? Maybe it might be a little bit easier. There's going to be more fantastic diamond credits still in the rewards for that. Now, the main bit of today's video is talking about the Righteous Dimension. So previously in the data mines, I believe it was listed as Fallen Dimension, but we had already had that. Fallen Dimension was the name of a previous dimension, so likely that was just a placeholder text. So Righteous Dimension, they also came with a couple of hints, 5 hints, which is kind of funny. I just want to read this. If you're struggling with a difficult battle, increasing the power of your characters can be very helpful. Yeah, no shit. That is typically how it goes. Choose your targets carefully. Defeat enemies in the proper order can be the difference between victory and defeat. Legendary and mythic missions allow you to bring legendary or mythic allies accordingly. You also don't need to bring Liberty or Absolute A-Force characters, so there is a bit of a mention of this, but it doesn't seem that you really need Absolute A-Force much. Characters, or if you just want to obliterate the enemy team. It seems that something has happened to the multiverse. The number of detected pocket dimensions is increasing. This is kind of interesting because previously it was like once every 2 to 3 months, that kind of thing, that we would see dimensions. And I'm wondering if they're bringing this back for more resources, some easier stuff for players to do, that kind of stuff. Strike is monitoring a dramatic surge in the number of multiversal events. It may soon be necessary to explore many of these mysterious pocket dimensions to see what secrets hold. Now, I don't remember if this is the text that they said before, because this part where it says a dramatic surge and the number of detected pocket of dimensions is increasing, I don't recall seeing that previously. So maybe we're going to be seeing this more frequently, and this might be part of a blog post later on, perhaps. Now, there is going to be 13 nodes. So in total, there's 4 normal nodes, 4 hard nodes. This is the same kind of layout that they've done before, but in total, there's 13. So it's not too bad. The requirements for this is largely Liberty. So there's Liberty. It's not even required to be Liberty. It says 3 Liberty and non-legendary X-Men at blue 3, at blue 5, purple 1, purple 2, and purple 3. But when you get towards the end, like you can't use X-Men for everything. So there is a section where it's 3 Liberty and legendary, which you could just not use Liberty. You could just do 5 legendary characters, right? 3 Liberty and mythic at purple 3. And then the final boss is 3 Liberty, Absolute A-Force, and non-legendary X-Men at purple 3. So that's interesting, right? Because I do want to kind of just double back for those people who might not have Liberty, right? I do want to kind of just jump back here and kind of take a look at the X-Men, right? Non-legendary, I guess. So I can just do, how do you do that again? Legendary, and then like hit that, right? That's not legendary, X-Men and not legendary. So obviously that excludes Phoenix and Old Man Logan, just off the top of my head. But hey, like if you have Xavier, this is like probably an insta win, right? Because he is non legendary. He's mythic, but he's non legendary. So that's funny. As far as the other characters go, there's actually a pretty decent selection at this point. We might have Rachel Summers available, just not free to play, right? So that's possibly an option there too. We have Havoc. If you upgraded him from the Starjammers, you have Emma Frost X-Men from Astral, and basically any of this top row, right? Beast, Jean Grey, or Storm for Uncanny Avengers, which we're still going to need. I mean, I'm actually thinking that I'm going to have to level them up to 105. I've been having some struggles on my Sims for some reason on Spotlight, like since the last update. I don't know if they did something weird, but maybe tinfoil hat there. But as far as the other characters, I probably wouldn't go to your way at this point. Like if you probably don't need to use them, frankly. But I mean, yeah, I wouldn't touch anything on these bottom shells. I would just stick to like this, and if you have Xavier, it's probably going to be an auto fest, frankly. But it does seem that you could do that with, let's go back to the data mines. Just jump back. It looks like that you actually don't even need Liberty, technically. But usually how this works is to make Liberty better or the main team better, that sometimes they have like war text active. So that's something to watch out for. And it might just make it a little bit easier. There's also some interesting stuff and also Absolute A-Force is a war team, so I would not be surprised if that's the case. Now, what's interesting though is they do have this description. It's like I think this is the same pocket dimension, but it says Liberty versus A-Force featuring the Liberty. It's weird because Liberty's a bit of an old team at this point. So it's funny that they're going back to this. A pocket dimension with peculiar energy is detected for a limited time. The Liberty and Absolute A-Force are competing to explore. I feel like we kind of had this before, but it was structured differently for the requirements, where it was like one side was Liberty, one side was Absolute A-Force. I feel like we did something like this before. I would have to go back onto my videos though. It says minimum requirements 3 Liberty and 3 Absolute, unless it's just 2 different pocket dimensions. Because down below, and it says actually this event is very challenging. I mean, I don't know if that's just what they say about things that require purple 3. Maybe it is going to be really hard as we get to these last few nodes. But down below the description, it talks about a cataclysmic event. Now that is normally in relation to a cataclysm dimension, like those hard ones where they just do it for the avatar frames or the icons or whatever. So I don't know if there's 2 different ones or not. One that's more featured with Absolute A-Force that I just don't have the requirements or the nodes for yet. I'm not sure about, because it's caused an explosion in the newly detected pocket dimensions. The Liberty and Absolute A-Force have located such a reality, strange temporal energies. Now they both race to explore and exploit the spoil. So maybe not. It's just weird that they keep talking about Absolute A-Force when the only actual inclusion of them is this last node here at the very end for the boss of the righteous dimension. So I don't know why it's all listed there when it's really not featuring this team at all. But yeah, it does say what's recommended is gear tier 15 or higher. Some missions allow additional trade, because blah, 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 blah. And we have dimensional health back. So I guess we'll see when we know more details. There hasn't been an update for the nodes for these. So I don't know what the enemies look like yet. I don't know what the powers look like yet. So that's probably something that's going to come later on, which we'll get to talk about if it's important, right? Like if it's something crazy where they've added some crazy enemies on there, that might be worth noting. But otherwise, at this point, it's, I guess you should have Liberty anyways for Xavier Saga, but you can supplement with some X-Men characters, if you need to do that. So just keep that in mind. And also they have to be a purple 3, which should be a given at this point in terms of the games where we are, right, with characters. Just make sure that this is something that you're conscious about. Now, there is some other stuff. Oh yeah, sorry. Those were the points down here actually for Cosmic Raid 3. So it does look like they've removed the parts where you have to do Cosmic Crucible with a cursed at 5, 6, 7 yellow, because that's what it is right now. This might be actually doable to get those fantastic diamond fragments, the orbs or whatever, because this looks a lot similar with the Vigilantes part where it was just like Vigilantes 5, 6, 7 yellow. So this might be possible. I don't know if Thunderbolts are going to be farmable by this cop. I don't, maybe not. So it might not be as easy. But then there's also, of course, having Taskmaster and Ghost is 7 yellow for most players, anyways. There was some offer data mines in here as well, which is kind of coded as F4 Danger Room 2. So that's worth noting because I think the one that is currently running is going to be ending soon. I just want to jump back to the game because that was the last data mine, actually. And I think it's, I finished it a while ago, but I think okay. It is over. It did end, right? So that is there. What did I get? I shocking. Oh no. Okay, there we go. 6,400. I didn't get an icon. I'm not getting an icon, am I? Oh wait, I'm getting the Mr. Fantastic icon. Cool. I haven't got that yet. Or the frame. You know that the Human Torch thing would have been cool. Anyways, it looks like we're going to be getting another Danger Room 2, possibly week 3, which is going to be next. Sorry, no, we're on week 1. What am I talking about? So it could be in a week or 2, right? As far as the Blast Star, I want to actually, you know what? Hold on. I want to jump back to the data mines because I want to check again here. I want to scroll back up a little bit because I thought there was some Broken King week 2 stuff. Week 2. Yeah, okay. So I think the Pocket Dimension is going to be next week. There was text here about Fallen Dimension, spend campaign energy, earn Broken King commendations from Fallen Dimension, but now this is the Righteous Dimension. So that's probably coming next week, and we'll hear more official 100% news, of course, on the blog post tomorrow, right? I forgot what day of the week it was. And so that's something to note. I have not seen the Broken King week 3 events yet. That probably will be coming in a data mine either later on to, Thursday's update or by tomorrow. Something I'll be able to talk about in my, what I call my pre-blog, where we talk about stuff that may or may not be on the blog, but stuff that you should know going forward. So yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. I just wanted to kind of give people a public service announcement about the upcoming dimensions and what characters are 99% going to be involved in that, because the data mines largely haven't been that wrong. In the last, it's pretty accurate, I would say. They don't really change all that much other than some minor details. But anyways, that's it for me for today, everybody, and I will see you guys all on the next video. Look forward to Danger Room coming back. I know people love the Danger Room, right? So I wonder if they're going to make any changes to this F4 Danger Room Part 2. I hope they do, because there was a lot of complaints about this. Okay, I'll see you guys on the next one. And if you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and you'll be greatly helping out the channel. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.